Good Friday morning, everybody. This is Grace, and today I'm going to talk about self-esteem and being on the large side. You know, whether it's being overweight or obese. And to start off, this is not an educational video. It's not counseling advice. This is just my opinions from my experiences, my views, and along that line. So don't take it as anything other than that. And there's a disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube. Anyway. Now, my experience, something happened yesterday, okay? And I'm 53 years old, and I was the big kid from every grade from when I was in school, from kindergarten through graduation, you know, from high school. And back then, like I said, I'm 53. Back then, we didn't have so many, at least in my schools, like big girls or big guys. Okay, and we all know probably about how it's different now. There are a lot of bigger people, you know, bigger kids, you know, people younger, even older. You know, a lot more obesity in America, at least in the United States. But back then, no, I was the big girl, and it wasn't a small school. It was a, I'd say a large town or small city. But anyway, so I was the big girl, and believe me, when I was younger, in, you know, like the younger grades, I was picked on a lot. But by high school, no, they were more afraid of me, you know, because I was the big girl. That means not just wide but tall, and they had a little bit of a fear of me. Now, I was not, you know, it would always shock me that they were afraid of me. Like playing volleyball one time, one of the other teenage girls, she didn't like the way I did something playing volleyball, so she started to come after me, and one of her friends ran up and said, "Don't do that, she could kill you," or, you know, she could hurt you really bad. And something like, you know, to me, it was like, what? Because I don't remember exactly what they said, that's a long time ago. But yeah, it was, you know, I'm not that type. I'm a, you know, mild-mannered person, but it was the way they saw me. Now, to get to yesterday. Yesterday I went to, it was a professional building which had different types of professionals in it, I would say. And of course, not everybody was professional, but, you know, it was a professional building. So I went to it, and I had to go to two different places. I had to go back to this one place more than once, about an hour or an hour and a half apart. Okay, and it was to get a badge. You know, I hadn't gotten a badge earlier this year, and so I had to go, and then I had to go back a little while later, like I said, after a meeting. And anyway, when I did, both times, as I recall, I passed by this little group, and I'm not going to go into great detail, so I'll leave it to your imagination, but I think some people would refer to them as the beautiful people. Beautiful and privileged, you know? Yeah, and they, you know, and only one was a man. And I did, you know, yeah, see that they gave me that look, you know, that mean girl look. And these were adults, around my age. I would say they're at least in their 40s. All of them, you know, most of them were at least in their 40s. And, you know, it did make me wonder, you know, still to this day, you have those, you know, did they ever get out of the mean girl stage? And I can kind of question if it's like an addiction for them to be mean girls, you know. But they gave me that look. And, I mean, I'm 53. It's not like I have never seen it before, know what it is when somebody does it to somebody else even, or to me. But immediately, this time, unlike when I was younger, I wasn't thinking too much about the whole scene as it was because I was busy. But you know, real quick, my mind changed it to that maybe they did finally realize that who I am and what I am, you know, kind of thing, which would have been a compliment to me, which is kind of funny to say, isn't it? So, yeah, you know, we women are taught to downplay our accomplishments, aren't we? But yeah, you know, it was what they, you know, what my mind changed it to would have been a good thing. And boy, I'm feeling deja vu. I'm telling you, I'm feeling deja vu, like I've said. Now, I'm not saying that's the best, you know, that I've reached the best part of this, and, you know, or what, because I'm kind of, you know, questioning, is that good, or is it normal? You know, I'm not any expert on this topic, but yeah, I think it is. I think it's, you know, in the past, I probably, pretty sure it is. In the past, I probably would have gotten a little bit, like down and blue and say, oh, they're looking at me like that. I don't reach up to their, because I did recognize that, these are the privileged type people. And, I'm one that says that, to have healthy self-esteem, you see yourself as everybody's different. We're all human. Everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses. Some may be born privileged and some not, but we're all human. I mean, I don't see myself above anybody, below anybody. There are exceptions. You can think of people like in prison for some reasons, that kind of thing. Of course, some people would see, those are humans that just went the wrong way. But yeah, I think that's where a healthy level of self-esteem is, when you don't see yourself as way above everybody, because, either way or way below, because that's something to me, and something else. But anyway, so I'm thinking it was a good thing that my brain did, in fact think, well, they might have, because the look did kind of change. First it was that mean girl look, and then it kind of, like, I don't know, like, oh, like like they realized something, maybe it connected in their head while I was there, something like that. And anyway, so it was I changed it to a compliment, at least in my own mind. In the past, I wouldn't have. I would have gotten down in blue just temporarily. I would never stay down in blue for a long time, because I have a cheerful base to my personality. But anyway, I think that's an improvement. Now, personally, where would be the total improvement? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm thinking, that my personal view is, if somebody doesn't ever feel like somebody's giving them, whatever it is, like maybe they're not right about it, or they're not, they're wrong somehow. If a person never feels anything like that, then to me, they're kind of like, a lot of people just sum up as narcissistic. Yeah, because they feel, narcissistic type people, certain ones, never feel, at least they don't outwardly express it, that they're wrong. They're always right to themselves, that certain type. So, okay, yeah. So anyway, yesterday and the day before was actually really good days, 2 really good days in a row. And anyway, I just want to talk about that self-esteem, and it was actually a good feeling, good experience. Also, and it is maybe one chicken or the egg, which came first, was maybe the attitude change, or just what, but I thought I'd talk about that, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.